Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Dead Cells. It's been a few days. What are we doing on this run? We're gonna go defeat Mr. Bomberman. Where the heck do they exist? I think they exist in, and dude, I really love, same thing there to here. You know, you've got, oh my God, it's actually like such a hard choice. Look at, this is the best set of equipment I've ever seen. You have blowgun and Sata Stiletto, which is a synergy, and the blowgun's really good. You have Sonic Carbine. You have Sonic Carbine and then Root Grenade and Lacerating Aura, which is probably a better synergy than Oiled Sword. And then you've got Nerves of Steel. So what kind of a run do we want to do today? I don't know, but you know what? Let's go Sonic Carbine. Because I do like it a whole lot. And I think actually what I'm gonna do is invert, take the shield, dump the boots. So we're gonna try to do a run here today where we go and do the DLCs, because I want to go get that Bomberman guy, kill him, and then on the same floor as Bomberman guy, excuse me, on the same floor as no, get out of the way! On the same floor as Bomberman guy, we should be able to get some legendary equipment from that floor, because that's kind of just what you do on that floor. Is this thing giving us poison clouds on every hit? Man, it's fantastic. Toxic cloud with each hit. Some of the weapons in this game are just absolutely fantastic and wonderful, and that's one of them. I should probably not be eating the carrot immediately, but you know what? Screw it. We're not gonna get hit ever again, so we're perfectly okay to you know, just eat that carrot right now, and then we'll get our 30 door and we'll be good. I gotta get back into the swing of things for Dead Cells. It's been a few days since I played. I had a miserable time just yesterday because we lost power for like an evening and I couldn't stream. And I haven't even had like a proper lunch today yet. I'm actually kind of getting a little bit hungry here, but we got some Dead Cells to play. We got some bosses to kill. We gotta figure out what the heck is going on in this game, why everything is glitched out. I don't know what we need to do to fix the time glitch, whatever's happening. Nabezilla, thank you very much for the resub for 9 months. Go Abe, oh hell yeah. Whoa, I got stuck in my animation. We recently did find the Timekeeper on our run. We did go to the Timekeeper and fight the Timekeeper, and there was no new information displayed to us. So I guess we have to defeat the game in order to get some more plot-related stuff going on, I think. Root Grenade or Lacerating Aura? I'm gonna take Root Grenade. Synergizes with survival, which is a little bit more likely that it's more likely to be something that I'm gonna scale, but also it's nice to lock the enemies in place so they don't turn around, so that I can just murder them with my bow. Although apparently the guys with the explosive crossbows, and I think these guys too, they do turn around when they're rooted. Right, malaise is still a thing. They do turn around when they're rooted, which apparently is a bug that's gonna be fixed in the next update, which I've read the patch notes for. Update 25 is gonna be coming out soon. Practice makes perfect. It gives some quality of life stuff and a training room where you can just fight any boss or any enemy that you previously fought and practice against them, which seems like it could be kind of cool. Although I haven't opted into the beta for that at all. I'm a little bit lucky there. I haven't opted into the beta for that at all, just because I am arrows stuck in your enemies come back from a root grenade. That's amazing. Just because I just haven't done it yet, honestly. That's really all it is. I just haven't done it. I really should have, but I'm lazy about it, and you know, I have no reason, I think, to try out some new next update stuff prematurely. Especially because I heard that there was a bug that actually prevented you from winning the game, although I think that has been fixed now. You do teleport from that, I think. All right. We get 1 level of tactics from this amulet. Let's take it. 25 kills. We did already hit 30, so I'm not worried about that at all. It's just, it feels good, you know, to get the actual amount of kills that you're supposed to get. Let's also not forget about the secret door. I'm kind of curious why in my head I kind of just skipped it. I activated it and then ran away from it. I think in the past I have forgotten to go back for it, but like, there's no reason not to just do it immediately. We've already lost our ability to get to, oh! We haven't lost, but we have already gotten our 30, so there's no reason we're not gonna lose anything. That's what I'm trying to say. No, go down. Timed? Timed. Okay, please get off of this. Excuse me. Well, whatever. Good enough, good enough. All right, let's get the heck out of here. We're done with this floor. Again, let's go to the DLC locales. I'm interested in taking this hunter's grenade and getting some blueprints out of this. What the heck do you think Bomberman is gonna have as far as a blueprint goes? Because I have no freaking idea. But we'll figure it out. So yes, we've already gotten the 30-second door. We get another Sonic Carbine. It's way better than this one, so we're gonna take it. And this might just be a Sonic Carbine run. Like, I haven't done I don't think I've ever done a barb tips run, but maybe that's what we could do here. We could try to make it work. Hello, Mr. Glitchman. How you doing? You're all glitchy. Yeah, I've never done a Sonic Carbine barb tips run. I think. Anyways, I talk about it all the time of possibly being a good combination, but you know, we're early. Maybe we can make it work now. Maybe we can build it. Oh God, the glitchiness always gets me. You know, we're early. We have a relatively good weapon. We can give it a shot. I mean, I think for the first couple of zones here, everything is going to be just fine. Because the Sonic Carbine does deal kind of a load of damage, and it's phenomenally amazing, and I love it. Sorry, 1 second. My bad. Okay, let's. Oh, it's a freaking hold up. It's another rune, and this one's not on a freaking wall. Ah! Okay, that was a little bit ridiculous. I couldn't move while my guy was standing there stunned because he was like interacting with the you know, thing on the ground. Sauter J says, I would like to see more mutations showcased. It's kind of hard because a lot of the mutations in this game are actually like garbage. And I don't understand why I would take some of them. Like, some of them are okay. But a lot of the mutations are like, plus a little bit of damage when you're not next to an enemy. Like, why would I ever take that? In what run does that make sense as something to take? Maybe if you have Marksman's Bow, and you're always trying to stay at range so that you can get the crits from Marksman's Bow. But even in that situation, it's like, well, what if you change your bow, you know? You might get a better weapon in the future, and then you're not gonna be running a Marksman's Bow, which has a conditional crit on it. You might have something better. So I don't understand all of the mutations in this game, because some of them are just, like, not that good. Some of the mutations are just like, yeah, this is an extremely great mutation, and it's definitely something that I'm gonna wanna have, like, at all times. And some of the mutations are like, hey, you know this mutation that's, like, kind of not really that meaningful for most of your runs, yeah, there's no reason to take it. Yo, one day I will kill you birds. Thank you. Abe always takes the same like 3 or 4 mutations. Well, the thing is that they're the best mutations. I think, like, I don't know if mutations need to be nerfed or mutations need to be buffed or something, but some of these mutations, it's like why would I not take disengagement? It saves your life on most runs, or it saves my life on most runs. Recovery, it's so amazing because you get significantly, let's say, more time to recover health if you ever take damage, which means that you spend less on health, which means you have more health over your whole run, which means you're gonna live more. And oh my god, I just walked directly into those spikes because I platformed. So there's a lot of situations where it's like, yeah, there's a lot more mutations in the game, but I don't want to take any of those ones. They're bad. I need to, like, I'm not reading the map here correctly. I gotta figure out where I'm actually going. Also, everything seems really, like, basier today. Hold up. That would explain it. That's what I'm used to. I've only realized it now, but because of the power outage, my settings on my stereo were reset, so the bass was turned up to the max. I was like, wow, this sonic carbine really hits hard. No, just me. Just hits hard on my ears. Saturday says, Mushroom Boy does explode through walls. Well, on the off chance that I ever take Mushroom Boy again, maybe I'll think about it, but it's not like I'm gonna take him on this run, because why would I? I'm not going... Let's go. I'm not going survival. But yeah, I was talking to Sauter J about this. I don't really appreciate Mushroom Boy. I don't... Oh, it's actually, like, pretty good, but not what we're building towards. I actually don't really appreciate Mushroom Boy. It knocks around the enemies too much, which makes it hard for me to hit what I want to hit. Especially if I have something like the... Freaking jerks. Especially if I have something like the... I'm getting beat up here. Stop it! Especially if I have something like the Scythe Claw, where I need to make sure that the enemy is not getting bounced around, because I need to hit him. I need to hit him hard, because I kill him in one shot, and then half the time Mushroom Boy is knocking him out of my range. I think, especially if I'm going melee, I don't really like Mushroom Boy, because he moves the enemies around too much, which makes it harder for me to hit them. But I probably should try to use more Mushroom Boy, because I know he can be good. Okay, well I'm... Oh, damn it! I didn't even aggro the elite, but he still teleports. Freaking jerk. Freaking jerks. Anyways. Yeah, I'm a big whistle fan, because the whistle is more likely to just like one-shot something through a wall, which is usually what I want the whistle to do. Like, I just want, hey, this enemy, I need this enemy to die. Could you kill this enemy? Oh, he's dead? Oh, thank you, giant. Thank you. You're not gonna teleport to me for some reason. I guess it didn't aggro that guy, he just got thrown. He didn't ask why he was getting thrown. He didn't say, am I going to murder something? No, son. Ammo +3, critical hits +20, victims freeze nearby enemies? Yeah, hell yeah, why not? Poor Mushroom Boy, always gets thrown around, he gets yeeted for eternity, and he just apparently doesn't even know why. He doesn't care. Maybe it's fun for him? Yay! Dad, throw me! Quality time with the old man, let's go! Alright, let's get some of these doors done. Sato J says, I try to be extraordinarily polite to the Mushroom Boys because I know their people are inordinately mean to them. And this is the guy, by the way, who keeps saying, hey, just use Mushroom Boy and then explode him all the time. You don't even have to keep him alive. Just kill him with by murdering and sacrificing his soul all the time. I'm getting a little bit of mixed messages from you, Sato J. Just saying. Hemorrhage. It does 1700 DPS. The Sonic Carbine already does way more than that. What are we at? We're at 42 kills. Actually, I think we can get to 60 as long as we don't get hit again. Let's also remember to do that that bonus level, which I have forgotten for the second floor in a row to go into it immediately after I opened it, but at least I am opening it so that I know that it's there, so that I remember that it's there. It's another enemy over here. Who's over here? Oh, it's one of you. Not that big of a concern, is it? Please go down, thank you. Let's go finish off this area over here. Please. Jump up there. That'll work. Just be a little slow, a little careful. Hello? 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 2 more. We can do 2 more. There's 2 more. 21 cells. You know what? Why not? And there's a shop here. I mean, the only thing I would get is a better weapon if it showed up. I mean, we could get a better shield, and the Thunder Shield does do a lot of damage, but you got to admit the Ice Shield is probably where it's at. The ability to just lock enemies down is phenomenally important. Now, here's an interesting one. Nerves of Steel. It only does 2600 DPS on the crit, because right now it has double damage taken, damage received. But the Sonic Carbine has been good, but I know I love a good Nerves of Steel. I think, though, because it's pretty much the same level as the Sonic Carbine, that we're just going to use the Sonic Carbine for now. We will wait to spend money on a better weapon until we get better weapons. Like, you know, give me a level 9 at least. Ooh, says Solder J, 2 times damage Nerves of Steel running tactics to get 1 shot. I do worry about that on late game enemies, like in particular the, oh, I have a map. In particular the final boss, he who shall not be named. Well, that was annoying, but that rotating spike ball kind of screwed up everything. Yeah. Okay, well, for some reason, I didn't get my jump back, but still, whatever. 43% health, that's not too bad. I keep getting hit because of, like, platforming. Like, I try to platform, and my guy, either he doesn't get his jump back, or he platforms directly into a spike, because he's like, hey, obviously you wanted to go up here, right? But I think on this one, maybe I will try to do a like barb tip or something, because that's like what this weapon is ideally suited for. Just unloading directly into an enemy. Magic Missile. Way less DPS, so let's not worry about it. Doesn't take any ammo, but still. Explosive Crossbows, pretty good. 3000 DPS. Boomerang, 1600 DPS, although it does hit an enemy multiple times on its own, which is kind of nice. Means you could use that instead of a shield, and then you could just toss it out to do additional damage on top of your carbine. But we are done with this floor, so let's get the heck out of here. The only way I know how. It's a pretty decent run so far. As long as I don't get myself killed. We did the secret zone. There's one enemy remaining. Who cares? Maybe you're bad at platforming because you don't play enough Super Mario, just saying. Actually, I watched a video the other day. I forget where it was. I think it was on IGN. They had an interview with one of the developers of Dead Cells. One of those French guys. And he was talking about hidden mechanics in the game of Dead Cells, things that make the platforming and the combat that much more easy and enjoyable. Things like, you know, climbing up a wall, or having the ability to jump even after you've started a fall from missing a jump here, and have it count as your first jump, not your second jump. All of the like little tricks that they do that make the game feel better to play. It was very interesting hearing about all that kind of stuff, because it's stuff that you notice when it's missing. You very, very much notice when it's missing, because like platforming and combat don't really feel as good as it should be, but then when they add in all these little cheats and tricks that benefit the player, even things like this, like making it so that you mantle up when you approach a one-step gap, all these little things that just make it a nicer experience to play. And sometimes, though, those do come and bite you in the butt, like when the game thinks that you want to mantle up a platform ledge, but there's a spike right above it, and, you know, obviously it's not the case. Okay, knife dance, you know, it's colorless. I'll take it instead of the root grenade, I think. At least we got something that we can use now. Now you're gonna teleport, but you're not gonna be that bad. You're also not gonna be that bad. Okay, you're dead, which is beautiful. Like right there, that little weird mantling that almost happened. So he's gonna jump towards me. He's dead, curse lifted, beautiful, let's go. Wow, that's like $1,000 right there. We gotta go a little bit faster because we know that we still want to get through the level in a reasonable amount of time. Why do you go behind me, you jerk? Because that malaise, it's perpetually stacking up. If only I saw him, oh my god. If only I saw him a moment before the invisible enemy died, I would have had time to stop my attacking and then toss in a block, but that's okay. Hello. Do you like stop that? Anyways, we have disengagement, so I'm not that worried about the actual amount of health that we have. Thank you. Sapphire Amulet. Well, it's slightly better than the one that we got. Yeah, I might want to just give it a shot. Solder J says, I got killed mantling when I had curse once. It mantled me up a ledge I wasn't even close to and got me killed. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't do what you want, but for the most part it does. There's always those edge cases though, like especially chain. When you're trying to go down from a ledge and there's a chain next to you, I'll often try to like mantle and climb up the chain instead of just dropping down. Or where there's a ledge that's like, it's got like 3 wall tiles underneath it. Trying to focus a little bit here. I'll often find myself wall running up, which is not what I had intended. It happens. Hey, come here. I think I got a mosquito in my room or something. very disappointed by that knowledge. Is there anything over there? No, okay, thank you. I gotta remember to keep using this knife storm too. It has a bit of a long cooldown on it. I would love it if it had a little bit of a shorter cooldown, but I don't know, would that make it too strong? How'd you get slowed? Oh, you got slowed because I parried the bomb, and that caused you to get slowed directly. That's a little interesting. Wow, key and food. I love it. This is a level I think that that does have 60 enemies. Although, clearly I don't think we're actually gonna get there ourselves. Yeah, it's like, if there's a grenade on the ground and I parry it on the ground, it'll still freeze the enemy that fired the grenade. That's kind of interesting, that's kind of weird. Like, I imagine it's intentional, it's just, it's a funny situation to have happen. You parry a grenade that someone throws, and then you manage to get them stunned. Yo, I'm not sure if we actually cleared the malaise, did we? I know there's only 2 enemies remaining, but I'm not sure I actually cleared the malaise. Let me just murder these 2 guys. I want to get. I don't think there's a bonus for clearing the malaise. I think you just get the malaise reduction from all the enemies that you didn't kill. We must have got the malaise cleared. That'd be a very nice, like, quality of life to just have an indicator that's malaise cleared. But I've already talked about that. I don't believe there's any 3060 after this door. There's always a perfect door after a level. There's not always a timed door, so there's no timed door after this level, but I do believe there is a perfect door. I don't really care about any of this equipment, so I'm just gonna sell whatever. And then we gotta go to DLC, which is up here, I think. Yeah. All right, let's do this. You got nothing. I got 407 cells. I'm keeping all these cells, man. I want them. Now, is this when we go to barb tips? 113 DPS per arrow stuck to enemies. It doesn't make the Sonic Carbine do 3,200 DPS. It makes it do like 4,000 or 5,000 DPS. It just takes time to hit that point. You have to stop attacking the target, run away, but you will still get that damage done. Okay, look, here's the thing. I know you said that you wanted different mutations, and I will take different mutations, but not right now. Right now, I want recovery because we're gonna be doing some tough fights against the ticks. You do have an item I want. So I want to keep recovery, and I want to keep no mercy. But after this floor, when we go fight the boss, I'll probably go for the for barbed tips. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what we'll do. And that way we get the benefit of having... Yo, get out of here. That way we get the benefit of having... Please move out of the way. Please die. Please die. We get the benefit of having all the good mutations that I always like to have because they're actually, like, very good and very meaningful, I think. Yo, please stop trying to run at me. Also, you gotta die before you create any, like, horrible, jerks. Horrible flying jerks. I know you do. I know you love it. More enemies spawning in, including you, who I need to kill. Ah, damn it. That's okay. We'll kill him on a future floor. You know, we'll kill him on the next DLC area, since that's where we were gonna go anyways. Okay, I don't see anyone to kill. I'm just like, I love just firing this sonic carbine just in a random direction. Like, I don't know, is there an enemy over there I gotta kill? Hopefully this gets him. We'll keep stacking tactics. I certainly hope I can defeat the final boss. Although it's gonna be tough. I really don't want to fight an elite because I'm at 53. I would definitely rather just keep going for a little while longer. I do see you, I just can't jump up to you. Okay, there's 60. Now I'll go fight that elite enemy. Although... okay, executed. Always gotta execute him, because I don't want him to even have a chance of attacking. Malaise is starting to tick up. I gotta remember to, you know, keep the pace up. I don't have to keep it up as much as I have been trying to, but, you know, just keep it up, keep the pace going. You got things to murder. Actually, seems like everything is going rather well so far. I love that this thing also has the piercing built in. Makes it so nice for actually clearing lots of enemies. Secret discovered! Ah, it's infected food. We might still take it when we leave the floor, but we won't take it now. I also do need to find the curse chest, wherever it is. Hello. Yeah, that's right. Because at some point, you know, there's supposed to be a cursed chest on this floor. Well, likely to be a cursed chest anyways. Excuse me. Pyrotechnics. It's good, but let's roll it. Magic missile. Not what we're looking for. Not what we're looking for. Not what we're looking. Although Sage Stiletto does have some, you know, interesting possibilities there, but it actually does way less damage than the carbine. Well, maybe not way less damage, but especially if we do go barb tips, it will end up being less damage. Hey, Mushroom Boy. Yoink! Sorry, Solder. Hey, you. Let's go this way. We've already been this way. There was just the one enemy. It looked like there was like a whole nother path. Definitely wasn't. Man, you got just owned. What's really interesting to me is that, oh, I didn't get the teleporter, is that the Sonic Carbine actually has a very quick wind-up. The wind-up is not the problem, it's the cooldown after you're shooting it that is the actual problem. You spawned in, but you don't teleport. That's why you were there. I'm gonna do this room. Just food shop. Best money I've ever spent. And oh look, the teleporter. I should have, you know, gotten that earlier, but that's okay. Yeah, the biggest thing with this weapon that I'm still trying to figure out is just making sure that you don't just hold down the fire button. If you're gonna want to block in a second, you gotta stop shooting and prepare for the block. I don't know what you are, but you're dead to me, whatever you are! I do love a situation like that, though, where you get one enemy who you can easily kill, and then the enemy behind him maybe is a little bit tankier, and you're actually able to kill them with the piercing shots that do the guaranteed critical damage. It's so fantastic. I am at 119 kills, which is pretty good. I guess the better off I play, the less I need skills like disengagement or recovery. They're still very good to have, but admittedly, they get to be less important as time goes on. I guess we'll go back down here. We gotta fight the other tick. I did not see you guys appear out of nowhere. I also love freezing the enemies and then just blasting them. No. Like there's another little bit of a cheat that the game does, I think. When you're dodge rolling and climbing at the same time, I think you still get your iframes. Even though you're not actually doing your dodge roll animation, you're still in your climbing animation. That just seems like a little cheat in the player's favor so that the game doesn't penalize them for trying to... Hello? So that the game doesn't penalize them too much. Hey, for once, I actually used Homunculus. I don't know if I used it that well, but I did use it. I tried to anyways. We're at 151 kills. That's pretty good. Now, I'm gonna have to rush to the curse chest in order to pick it up, I think. I can't believe I'm gonna have to fight two enemies at once here. Maybe not if I'm lucky. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rush to get to the curse chest, then turn around and fight all the enemies. There's also an elite cleaver following me now, which is a little scary. Hello. There's also a legendary item there. Look, do I love doing this? No, but I'm gonna get the curse chest. And I gotta admit, this is a very good piece of equipment to have right now. Although I hate having to fight that guy. So you know what? What if I come over here and go like that, and then lift my curse, and then I won't die? Seems pretty good. Now, was that a little risky? I don't know, maybe. Maybe slightly. Got the job done, though. Oh my god. And, dude, I'll admit it. Telluric Shock is extremely dope, so I'm gonna keep this item. These guys don't teleport. These guys I didn't aggro. And there's a secret down here, too. Nah. Goodbye, infantry bow. You can fight the melee spawn enemies to clear curse, right? I do believe that works. I could have done it, but I didn't. Because the problem with that is that if you, well, it's a small problem, but the small problem with that is that if you clear the melees, then you're not spawning any more of those enemies. And so as a result of doing that, you might find yourself in a situation where there are no enemies to cleanse your curse, and then you're just having to fight a boss without getting hit. And that's kind of scary. Might as well. And I'm just gonna go sell this. Probably was not even worth it doing the run just to grab this, but hey, it's 210 gold. All right, well, we're good, we're done. We have the equipment that we want, pretty much. Let's leave. Let's leave. And go fight Mama Tick. Now, I don't... Actually, hold on. Looks a critical hit if the victim is up against a wall, does 5707 damage. I mean, that's extremely good. That might be our late game weapon. But we're gonna go re-roll our mutations, we're gonna take barbed tips, and we're gonna try our best to use it. All right, let's do this. And we definitely got hit on that floor, but we didn't get hit much. Of an axe, amulet, vampirism. I like this amulet for the extra damage. Let's take it. I mean, if we're going for the extra damage, let's go all in. 594 cells too, good lord. Okay, so reset my mutations. We're gonna take... Let's think. Double ammo? Barbed tips? 226 DPS? Double ammo? And then, I don't know, is there anything else here that's worth it? We could fire... That's, sorry, it's not a war javelin, it's an impaler. Close range ranged attacks inflict 61% more damage. Sure, let's go raw damage. Let's mix it up a bit. Disengagement is important, says Sauter J. You piece of garbage. Show me more mutations. Okay, well, not like that. Alright, it's pretty good damage, though. Oh, that's unfortunate. I should really just be jumping to dodge all this stuff. I don't know why I go into the corner. I guess I go into the corner so I can dodge roll. Anyways, that was pretty good. How'd you learn that it hits exactly twice in the right corner every time? Okay, so how that attack works is that where exactly the underground spikes come up out of the ground, it's random, but it's randomly distributed equally, if that makes any sense. If you stand perfectly still, you'll only ever have to dodge 2 of them. You can do it with a shield, you can do it with a dodge roll. If you're in the corner, you can dodge roll into the corner, which means that you only ever have to stand still and dodge twice. But if you have a shield, you could just stand perfectly still, block, parry twice, and then you're perfectly protected. So the attack is random, but it hits every place you could be standing twice, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, that's kind of just like my strategy there, is just parry twice when standing still. I go to the corner just because it's nice to not have anything at your back, but really there's no reason to. If you're not dodge rolling, you might as well just hang out somewhere else. Okay, so I like the build that we have right now. We got a lot of ammo in this damn thing. I'm just thinking if well, I'm taking a drink and also thinking, do we really need the ammo mutation? Probably not for not boss fights. It's nice to have for boss fights, but our damage is good enough that maybe we don't need the ammo mutation. But we'll think about it. Let's do the fractured shrines. You know, we know that we're going to come up against a lot of enemies. Let's see how this works. And then we'll think about mutations. And we also need to make sure that we are tossing at least one of our hunter grenades at those bomber guys. Should also probably try to, so you're just gonna take DPS damage, huh? Should also probably try and leave enemies behind that are easy, although I haven't been doing that, I really should. Got him. Seismic strike. I know what this is. It's like a shockwave sword, isn't it? That's interesting. At least we got it finally. I'll keep taking tactics. I'm gonna leave that Inquisitor down there. He looks like he's easy enough to kill. You got me. I couldn't roll fast enough because I was shooting. I was shooting. You live. I accidentally killed him. I accidentally killed you too. Again, I need to make sure that there's enough easy enemies to kill, that I can kill them when I take that curse chest, but I'm doing a very poor job of leaving easy enemies, but we'll just keep exploring the level. We'll do some backtracking later. We've done this before. We know how this works. Hey, maybe I don't know how that works. Hello. Hello. I'll even leave that guy a little bit alive. Damn it. It's exactly, well, it's not exactly the same as the one that we have, but it's pretty much the same. Maybe it's slightly better because it does also do oil and burn, but whatever. Like, that's a weird little cheat right there. If you mantle, sorry, if you're firing while close enough to a ledge, you actually do mantle up it. Oh, come on! I was not that close. I was about to say I should probably go heal, but then we got some Camembert and I'm happy. Well, no, that was Gruyere. Excuse me, streamer doesn't know his cheeses. Just don't be afraid. Just run directly into them while shooting your carbine and you'll be fine. I want to clear out some of this nonsense. I should really go heal though at the shop, because we don't have disengagement anymore. If we take lethal damage, that means we die. We should, you know, endeavor for that not to happen. This is not the food shop. I actually don't know what any of these shops are. Should probably learn that. I know where the food shop is. Food shop's right here. So let's do the food shop. Let's do the curse chest too. It's gonna be tough, but I think we can do it. And in fact, we should also get that infected food and then grab the cough syrup. That way we have as much health as possible. Now this is where the run could go very badly, very quickly. But I'm willing to do it. Sorry, I've been battling this mosquito the entire time. He still exists somewhere in my life. I wish he didn't. Okay, more tactics. By the way, Kinslayer, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Ah, crap! Hey, you! Well, at the very least, we will eventually get enough spawned enemies. That we will cleanse our curse. You know what? I should have done a little bit more exploration. It would have been better for us to have the ability to see how many enemies are left and where they are, because that way it's less surprising. So, but I did not do that. Oh yeah, I need another skill. I was looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, why do I only have 3 skills? Yeah, there's a reason for that. Because you only have 3 skills. Makes sense. Okay, kill 4 more enemies. Were there any enemies over here? I don't know. Don't fight this guy. Oh God, no. I'll fight the rat though. That's like no problem. Yeah, I should have done a little bit more exploration because now I'm like, where are the enemies that I need to kill? I'll wait for him to teleport to me. Okay, there. At least we got the curse lifted. We're not screwed. I don't think we're gonna get 60, but you never know. Maybe we will. Maybe there are actually that many enemies left around. That guy, I don't even know how he died. Hey, you. I don't even think I hit him at all. Double crossbow-matic. But we can hold it, so we'll hold it. B-Win says, I'm so dumb, discovered this game 1 month ago and now I'm spoiled AF. I deserve that, I guess. I do that sometimes with games if I watch someone play it before I play it myself. You get a little spoiled on it. You learn all the things that exist in the game, and then when you go to play it yourself, you're like, ah, damn it. But at least for a game like Dead Cells, there's a lot of skill involved, so you can still play the game to learn all that skill. Kinsler says, it's been a while since I played Dead Cells, so much new stuff. That's the exact reason why I wanted to come back and play a little bit more of it, because there was so much new stuff and much better balancing, and it's a much more enjoyable experience. They really knocked it out of the park with the updates and everything, and the DLCs. Crap. Well, that was easier than I thought it would be. Oh my god. I feel like I shouldn't be making those dodges, but somehow I still am. The game is being awfully generous. Hello. Okay, this is the end. Just make a leap of faith. Pretty much killed everything, so let's do all of the side rooms. Well, you got me once. Congratulations. Da, da, da. Oh my god. You know what? I think I actually... No, wait. I was gonna say I think I could actually tell that it was gonna be a mimic chest because it didn't go dong 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 dong, but it actually did when I walked into the room, I think. So, yeah, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Win says, I just beat 1 BC, so ... Now you gotta defeat all the other BC modes. Malaise cleared. I guess it does count this in the Z rooms for clearing malaise. Scroll fragment. I should go pick that up. Tactics. Tactics is fine. I forgot how to handle this guy. Well, I actually just forgot that you couldn't block the shockwave for some reason. All right, what do we got? Oiled sword. It's an oiled sword that does a lot of damage, but I don't think I have any way of actually inflicting oil. Telluric shock does. Spreads oil on the enemy. Okay, but then how do we burn? So we have oil. Well, you know what? I don't have to worry about oil because the sword does oil. We need a way of burning the enemies, specifically. Well, corrupted power, literally. The Impaler is probably better than the oiled sword, although if we can burn the enemies, the oiled sword is pretty good. But it also, it looks like it just doesn't do a lot of damage, doesn't it? Like, look at the Impaler, 29,000 DPS if the victim is up against a wall. Yeah, it's not gonna happen all the time. But on paper, that's a lot of damage output. I don't know. I think if we find a way of burning, I'll take the oiled sword just in case we can make it work, but I have no idea if we're actually going to be able to do that or not. But I think it's okay. We can look here for maybe some different skills. Tesla coil, for instance, is rather good. On paper, it doesn't do as much damage as the crossbow, but I think the shock damage is so intense that it actually does do comparable damage. Because it says inflicts shock, but it doesn't actually tell you the damage that it does. It just says that it does shock. But it's also like telluric shock, so maybe we'll keep telluric shock. Double crossbow-matic telluric shock. Yeah, it's probably okay. I don't know, maybe a flame trap would be acceptable. And then you got the explosive decoy, which does I think it does 500 times its listed damage. I think it's a complete lie, the damage listed on it. Victims burn when they die, plus damage with burning target, trap spreads oil. I don't know. Nah, we'll keep the crossbow. I'm gonna keep the crossbow because it was free. We'll buy better equipment later, I think. It's tough for me to just buy new equipment because I always want to. I feel like I always want to save my money for better equipment in the future. Because it's only the current equipment that we have is level 8. That's a level 9 Tesla coil, but we could get higher level stuff later. And also, the Tesla coil on paper, its damage doesn't even seem like it warrants an upgrade. I mean, we could get a better crossbow-matic, but I don't think that's worth spending the money on. I think you should just save your money for something better in the future. And honestly, I'm just kind of looking for a flame turret trap, which maybe means that we could use the oiled sword as a bit of a synergy there or something. I don't know. Let's get the health and then move on. Well, actually, we don't need the health, but I think I will buy the cough syrup. Although if we heal with the healing flasks, it's 20,000 to heal. I think I'm just gonna take the cough syrup though. I'm gonna take disengagement instead of ammo. I don't think we need double the ammo on this weapon. I'm not using that much ammo, so it's a bit of a waste. I think it's a waste of a mutation. I mean, I'm killing enemies in one hit sometimes. And against bosses, you know, I'm especially against the upcoming bosses, I'm gonna be spending a lot of time dodging. I'm not necessarily gonna need to have 46 shots out of my Sonic Carbine. Alright, so we're done with this floor. We've done everything. Sorry, we've been everywhere, man. We've been everywhere. Let's get out of here. Ibzilla says, I stopped caffeine and caffeinated drinks 4 days ago. Today was hard. I've kind of stopped drinking caffeine and sugary drinks recently too. Seismic Strike provokes terrestrial shockwaves. We all have our dark side demon outfit. Provokes terrestrial shockwaves that root enemies. So the third hit combo makes a longer line of them, but even the first hit does root enemies, so you can hit once, dodge roll behind them, hit them while they're turned in the other direction. Seems interesting. You know, would synergize well with anything that does damage to rooted enemies. There might even be, in particular, mutations that do damage to rooted enemies, or is it just slowed enemies? Heart of Ice is frozen, stunned, or rooted. You have a skill cooldown, but Frostbite does damage when they're slowed, specifically. Okay, I'm gonna reset mutation. We're gonna take, excuse me, we're gonna take disengagement. We're gonna take barbed tips. And then I don't know. Like, Point Blank was okay, but you know, it's situational. It's a massive damage bonus if you are up close and personal, but you're not always gonna be that close. I don't know. I hear Crow's Feet is pretty good. Slows enemies when you dodge roll through them. Ranger's Gear. X attack after using a skill does plus 2,000 damage. It's not that good. Melee attacks cause projectiles to stuck out of the enemy. Each one deals 1,600 damage. Could be good, like using the sword. Support could be okay. You know, we're actually going to be using skills, especially on bosses, so the extra damage output could be nice. I don't know. I hate to say it, but I'm looking down here at the general mutations again, and I'm like, okay, probably just go with like recovery or something. We at least have barbed tips, but like, the way I think about it is that you're gonna get hit, so you might as well have a benefit to getting hit to get your health back. Yes, the damage mutations could be slightly better in the long run, but they're all like situational. You know, you gotta be so close to the enemy in order to get the damage bonus. You've gotta be yada yada yada. You're so far away from the enemy. You get damage bonus when you pull your arrows out of them. Okay, well I don't have a melee weapon, so I can't even do that one. Like, they're all just so situational that I find myself having too much choice with those mutations, because there's so many mutations, and so many mutations that I don't even think will actually benefit me. And I'm like, I have no idea what to take. But I do think that, at the very least, The ones that we have are all beneficial, although mostly barb tips is for the bosses. That was fantastic. I remembered to use my skill, and I'm glad I did, because it was like perfect. Hello. If you could not teleport to me, that would be great. B wins, yeah. I stream Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I have all my videos going up on YouTube every day, so that nobody misses out on anything. Oh God. Oh, you were not a split bomb guy. You were just a normal bomb guy. I try my best around here. I didn't stream yesterday though, but that was because we had a storm and we lost power, so you know, hopefully no one blames me for that one. Oh dude, I love also when you get multiple enemies in a row. Crit the hell out of them. Weapons. These weapons, they're level 11. That's good enough that I would absolutely buy something. If we had a better bow. Better bow? Better bow? Better bow? Better bow? 12,000 DPS and then metal shards. Okay, I mean, there's obviously questions like, do the metal shards also impale enemies and stick inside of them? Is the 8,865 damage included in the DPS of the shrapnel axe? Because like it actually could be an upgrade. It's a little slower than the sonic carbine. And if we're going barb tips, we would probably still prefer the sonic carbine. I don't know. Dude, I keep muting myself. This damn mosquito is driving me insane. I freaking hear him. I can hear him buzzing around because I don't have like full over the ear head, you know, noise canceling headphones. I just have some simpler stuff. I know he's there. Anyways, I don't know. Take it, it'll be different. Well, yeah, but like, I could take it, it'll be different, but I also really like the equipment that we have. Okay, there's also 2 doors, which is interesting. Donate some blood, Abe. Take a minute to get rid of it. The problem is that when I try to swat him, he disappears, and then I don't see him anymore. Okay, so that's boat. So this is probably gonna be test tubes. Yeah, this is test tubes. Are shields that strong? I like shields in this game. I think that they are quite strong. Sure, you gotta get the timing down correctly in order to, you know, actually get the block, but if you can get that timing down, shields are extraordinarily good in this game. In particular, if you're going shields, one of the best shield combinations in this game is high survival and then that one mutation that gives you health back when you parry, because you can get 6% of your health back whenever you parry. And since you're gonna be parrying all the damn time because you have a shield, like, the amount of health regen you get from that is absolutely insane. It cannot be functioning as intended because you can heal on most fights for like a staggering amount of health. I always think that like it's a bug that it's actually giving you that much health back. It's just like, it can't be right. It can't be right. So like that's my ideal shield build if I'm going shields, is just, hey, shields and then, oh, also, you're like invincible. And then also if you ever get hit, you if you ever get hit, you also get a personal force field that protects you from taking even more damage. That was nice. What the heck are you? Oh, you came back from the dead. Magic Missile, 13,000 DPS, not as good as what we have. Man, that Telluric Shock is doing a good job. And I got it back, so let's use it here. Against the bird! Hate those birds. Sorry, Mushroom Boy. Skills. I really don't want to replace my skills. Might replace the turret. I don't really want to replace the Telluric Shock, because, you know, it's not normally supposed to be a tactics piece of equipment. We got lucky just because we had it as a curse chest reward. I saw it coming. You piece of garbage. At least I healed a little bit out of that. It's like we only got hit once at on the floor, and it was right at the very end there. Due to the elite necromancer. Well, he wasn't an elite necromancer. He was an elite enemy next to the necromancer. Crypto the necromancer. All right, we got. Oh my god, we got a lot of stuff to double back for. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, this is what I wanted. Take the med kit. We have one malaise. That's nothing. And then we want to go here. We'll go up and grab the carrot. We shouldn't have to heal here. Oh, there are cells. Shouldn't have to heal before the Scarecrow fight, but the Scarecrow fight is always a tough one. I'm always worried about him. I mean, we might as well just look. Barnacle, 8,000 DPS. Wow, it's a lot better than the double crossbow. But for the upcoming fight, I want the double crossbow because it's very good at dealing with mushroom boys. The boss summons mushroom boys, and anything on the ground is very useful to have, like flame turrets, crossbowmatics, Tesla turrets, anything that has like an AoE effect or could easily hit ground-based enemies. Makes it so nice. I guess I ran right by this earlier. We're gonna need a lot more health though. Yeah, we are no longer accumulating health as we upgrade tactics, but we're gonna need some health eventually. The final boss does do like 6,000 damage a hit, so we gotta be able to survive that. Okay, we have disengagement, we have barbed tips. I guess we'll just do it. No reason not to. No reason not to delay. We got to 60. Whip, sickles, and a ruby amulet. We don't really care about any of this, do we? It's all low-level equipment, too. I'm struggling to have 8 level item, and they're just classic in your game. Yeah, I think, why do I only have 146 cells? Did I spend my cells? Oh yeah, I did, getting a new weapon. I have been spending a lot of points upgrading that forge, so we're almost at 100% S. Which will be very nice if we can get that. 100% S quality equipment would help a lot. It keeps you from spending your money upgrading. That means you have more money to spend on other things. That's what I like about that forge. Dude, I can't wait for us to get rid of the glitch issue that's happening. Okay, we just want to put arrows into him because of barbed tips. The slow is actually being a bit of a pain here, making it harder for me to hit him. We can parry the sides, at least on this side. This is Mushroom Boys. I missed that one. That was disengagement. We almost got him flawlessly. Well, not really flawlessly, but a couple of his attacks are just way too fast for me to reliably dodge. That was not a bad fight. We are gonna heal though. Yeah, let's heal. Just to make sure that we don't die on the next area, but that was not too bad. That was not too bad. Could have been better, but could have been a lot worse. As long as we don't use any more heals, we will be able to have 4 going into the final fight. Yeah, no flawless, but... Right, so let's continue upgrading the forge. We are less than 1,000 cells from max quality items permanently. It's so good. It's gonna be nice. Then we can get all these outfits unlocked. We have thousands of cells we have to dump in there still. Good lord. That's why you take disengagement, I guess. Just so that you have, you know, one final hurrah right before death. I'm thinking about going to the distillery. It's been a while. We could. Yeah. Yeah. This place sucks. Let's do it. Instead of dealing with all the normal horrible enemies, let's go and deal with these horrible enemies. I think we'll be fine though. I honestly do. I have a couple of good pieces of equipment that I do enjoy. And against these guys, yeah, we can kill them very quickly. I really thought that would land. So I think we got something. And if I have to, I can just dump arrows in them and then run away, hopefully. Just perpetually watching for the indicator that they do exist somewhere. I should not have done that. Guy needed that barrel. A little close. Wait, why do I need the barrel? There's no that doesn't do anything. That doesn't mean anything. Where the heck is the key? Do you think the key is up here? Key might be up here. Oh god. I'm a lazy. F you. It's like, that's so annoying. There's not even anything to kill up. Oh my god. Dude, why did I come here? This place sucks. I hate the distillery. I'm gonna heal again. Dude, I hate this freaking place so much. God damn. Like, in theory, it's like a cool environment, but the traps are just so effing frustrating. You freaking get hit once, you lose all of your GD health. I handled that slightly poorly, but we lived. Well, if we can get 3 flasks into the final fight, I'll be happy. At least we did kill him. Wave of Denial, ×2 damage taken. Sounds like a great piece of equipment. How much damage does this barrel launcher do? The problem with the barrel launcher is that if an enemy hits the shot and it comes back at you, it's gonna hurt hard. Oh my god. Oh, hey, more explosive freaking barrels. Everyone's favorite. Holy crap. I didn't die? I should have actually died there because I didn't have disengagement active, I don't think. Good lord. I really thought that I'd be able to put up the parry fast enough, but I wasn't because there's a little bit of a delay before you can parry when you're using this weapon. I always seem to forget that when it matters. Maybe one day I won't. The day's not today, obviously. Yeah, please just, like, die. Okay. Well, we're still alive. Barely. Disengagement has come back, which is nice. I don't even know what the heck I want. So, we're gonna come back to this later. Parry with what? Oh my god, you're right. I have the explosive barrel launcher. Oh, because I got rid of it. You're absolutely right, you piece of garbage. What is, okay, hold up. 56,000 DPS. I still don't have any way of burning. I don't know. Because I could take Hakuto's bow and then maybe take Acrobat Pack so that it shoots, but like, we already do enough damage, extra 7,000. It's nice, but it's not 7,000 DPS. It's not 7,000 DPS per bolt stuck in the enemy or anything. It's just 7,000 DPS raw. Okay. I will try to remember that it cannot, in fact, parry anything. We are starting to get, oh my god, that was just a mistake. We are starting to get teleporting enemies, though. Dude, I gotta stop coming here. I say that, and then sometimes I'm like, let's go to the distillery, it's been a while. Dude, I see you, I know you spawned in there. You'd think that one day I would figure out, this is not a nice place! This is not a nice place to be. Distillery is gimmicky with the barrels and the enemies jumping out of the walls. The thing is, the thing that I don't like about it is that it's way too trap heavy. So many freaking barrel traps that all hit you for, you know, like 25% damage. It's a lot of damage that you can take. Oh my god. That was annoying because I used Caloric Shock, but he did not get affected by it, it seemed. Also, what's annoying about this location is that you go through all the effort to like get through the zones, and then there's just nothing. There's one shop through this barrel land. Like, really? I don't care about one shop through all of those infinite barrel traps. Like, there's not enough benefits coming here, I think, to make it worth the risk. You know, the cavern, widely considered to be a very difficult location. At least the cavern gives you very high quality gear. But I feel like you don't get any of that here. You suffer. You get a barrel launcher, which, you know, can hurt you when it hits an enemy. So why did I come here to begin with? Just to do it? Just for the memes? Well, that was a mistake. Freaking need some health back. Hey, you. Okay, we got the key. Still gonna stack up a little bit more damage though. Found a teleporter. Teleporters are also kind of hard to find. They're few and far in between. Barrel gun is cool, but it's awkward to get at the end of one's run. True. My big problem with it though is that if an enemy hits it, it becomes their barrel and then it hurts you. So you can actually get hit by friendly fire with this barrel in certain situations. Like that. He actually hit the barrel, which caused it to be his barrel. At least momentarily speaking. Damage you take is inflicted on enemies. Whatever. Didn't even see you. Cavern and Distillery are my nightmare, says Bwind. Castle's not that bad. Yeah, the castle's really not that bad, comparatively speaking. Like, whenever I get to the castle, I'm like, oh, yes! Oh boy, castle! Extra jump in midair. We already have an extra jump in midair. Goodbye. There's our teleporter, so we could leave if we wanted to. There's a chest and a few enemies. The chest has no enemies en route. I also feel like we got like no health out of this floor for some reason. There's no enemies en route to the chest. We'll go check that out real quick. We're gonna have to play very well against Hand of the King. I really don't want to use another heal if I can avoid it. I might want to consider doing something like taking a another reroll on. There's the delays being cleared. I want to do something like take another reroll on mutations and maybe take the shield parry heal mutation and then use that to heal on the fight, which could work. You know, if we heal on the fight, then we'll have less need to spend a heal on the next floor. And then if we can survive long enough, we can get to the shop. Then if we get to the shop, we can just be fine. Cannot sell this item. Mighty Odin says, I like how the enemy designs are in this place. That's a very good point too. This is not the way I want to go. The enemy designs are really nice because everything's a freaking barrel. Yeah, pretty much. Kill that damn mosquito if I can. Next design is gonna be barrel that can fly. That'd be cool. Okay, we might as well dump cells at this point. Weapons are fine. It is Hand of the King. What is our parry heal? 2.7% HP. I hate doing it with this shield. I do hate doing it with this shield, damn it. We could still heal quite a bit. Man, extended healing. While healing, you deal 31% more damage. Recovery still. As soon as we get hit once, I think we will hit recovery. So are we really gonna swap out for shield and then try to heal out of the fight? I'd like to keep barbed tips so we could get rid of recovery and then take a shield. Ugh. Okay. We got a lot of money. We're gonna take disengagement. I think I'm gonna try a bit of a shield parry nonsense and then barbed tips. They do a lot of damage, 1600 DPS extra. It's gotta be pretty good. So occasionally I will parry, but we will try to use barbed tips to fill him full of lead. Right, the timing is so bad on that, I forgot. Oh, God. Well, thank you for protecting me. Jesus. I have to heal. If I don't heal, I die. I think I'm gonna lose on this run. I just don't have the health. Like, look at this. I also try to like dodge roll behind him in order to get the reverse parry, and it never works. Oh my God, you dumped me into the freaking spikes, you dick! Oh my God. I'm out of heals! I built this run poorly! Oh, I have built this run poorly. This is not the way I wanted this to go. And I'm understanding what it is too. It's just such a slow weapon when I need. Yeah, it's such a slow weapon when I need to parry because you can't parry immediately. You've got to stop shooting. So I'm finding myself literally not moving and not shooting. I'm waiting for him to hit me so that I can parry, and then I'm also just missing the timing half the time. Ah. I'm not a big fan of the ranged weapons on the Hand of the King fight in particular. I hate losing it there because we had a good run up to that point. I much prefer faster weapons so that I can attack, and then when I need to parry, when I need to dodge roll, I can just kind of do it immediately out of the attack that I'm doing. It's a little disappointing. It's a little disappointing. But, you know what? At least we freaking tried. It is BC5 still. But, yeah, tactics. We didn't have a lot of health at all. We needed to be able to do more damage while also being able to be defensive. Maybe that's what Cocoon is for, you know? Because I think you can still use skills in the middle of a recovery, even if you can't dodge, roll, or shield. If so, then maybe that's when you would use Cocoon, because you could use it while you're firing your bow. Maybe that's what I'm missing about that item in particular, because whenever I tried Cocoon in the past, I never liked it. And it always felt like it had a delay on it, so maybe you still can only use it the same time you could use a shield or something. I gotta figure it out. It's a good warm-up run, I guess, because I haven't played Dead Cells in a few days. Can I use that as my excuse, as my get-out-of-jail-free card? The fact that the distillery, you know, kind of made me really sad about the state of living, and when I went to the Hand of the King, and kept taking like a quarter of my HP of damage in every single hit, and not being able to recover it, because I got rid of recover. Like, I think I just need to go back to my mutations, actually. Screw barbed tips, I need to be able to have 3 times to recover my health. Anyways, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support me on Twitch, Patreon, and Streamlabs, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Dead Cells.